people, welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. Hello, beautiful people, welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk, these are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie down Bronx, Boogie down Bronx.
Capricorn. Hello, beautiful people, welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk, these are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the Capricorns. Capricorn, if you are new to the channel, welcome. This reading can resonate for you if you have Capricorn as a sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, or south node sign. I'm trying to think, do I have anything to shout out today? I don't really know. I don't really think I have much to shout out today, so we just gonna shout out ourselves and to being alive and to being here. I really did want to do a weekend reading, but I just didn't have time this morning. I'm still doing my human design consultations, so those have been taking up a lot of my time right now. But yeah, I will do a weekend message, whether it's tonight or it'll be tomorrow. Okay, so look out for that. Anyways, Capricorns, let's get into your reading. Let's see what you need to know. I'm going to flip over your cards for the blunt truth that you need to hear right now. And for July, what does Capricorn need to hear? This mommy issues card been coming out for Capricorn a lot. I remember at least in the last 1 to 2 readings, this mommy issues card came out because I remember talking about it and I was saying that usually Capricorns have daddy issues, but the mommy issues are coming to the surface. And then you have another sad love story. I think Virgo had that. So you could be dealing with a Virgo or be connected to a Virgo somehow. And, let's clarify mommy issues. Can we clarify that? That can be some type of insecurities that you're having here. Or like maybe mommy issues are aiding to your love life being a certain way or playing out a certain way. Are you dealing with people that remind you of your mom? Or are you dealing with people that did not give you what your mom was supposed to give you? So you yearn for that. You look for that in other people. Just saying. That's how it could play out like that. Capricorns with mommy issues. What do we have with mommy issues, please? Separation. Especially if you have, could be Cancer placements as well. That can really do some damage there. So I think it's really boiling down to when you have separation, it's boiling down to like the ways that you look at yourself when you are dealing with separation from somebody, or maybe not separating from somebody. Like you're supposed to separate from them, but like something keeps you stuck there. And this can be in friendships, this can be in career, this can be in romantic. But because we have another sad love story, there could be some correlation to the mother figure in your life and like maybe some type of abandonment that you have, separation from your mom. Maybe you didn't have a mom. So, things like that can come into the picture where you need to assess and really look up mommy issues, because like a lot of people do talk about daddy issues, mommy issues, but they can show up in so many different ways. And for the different genders, they will play out differently. Like a male having daddy and mommy issues may be completely different from a woman. So, that's just some things to think about, because like mommy issues can show up in a way where it's like you have body issues, you have self-esteem issues, you have these insecurities, and like daddy issues can also show up in a similar way, but it's more so like the way you feel about other people treating you versus like how you feel just about yourself. So the feminine and the masculine can play a part. But all that to say, let's see, what does that mean? Like, how does that tie into Capricorn? What do we need to know about these mommy issues? What is the mommy issues affecting, or what do we need to know here for Capricorn, sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, south node, hidden enemy, death or rebirth? What we have for Capricorn? Some of you may feel bad for, some of you might feel bad for, well, let me tell you. Okay, I have a couple things here that I'm kind of picking up on. So for you Capricorns right now, like this could resonate for the relationship you had with your mom, or maybe the more feminine figure in your life or in the household. But you have rest, and then you have ask for help. So a lot of the issues that you are having, whether it be in your romantic relationships or your relationships period, do stem from this inability to be as honest as you possibly can about when you're needing help. And this could be rightfully so, where you had a figure in your life that you tried to ask for help, or like they always made you feel bad or guilty for when you couldn't do something, when you were trying to get your needs met. They always made you feel like you had to do it by yourself. Capricorns are usually made to be very self-reliant, responsible for themselves from a young age. And this can be so hard when you get older, because you don't know how to rely on somebody else, because you never had to, because you were forced to rely on yourself from 2 years old and do everything for yourself or do everything for your family. Then it's like when you get older, it's like, okay, people are telling you you have to rely on others, you have to ask for what you need, you have to ask for help. You don't know how. That's kind of what it comes down to. It's like you don't know how, or it's uncomfortable. It doesn't feel right. You don't want anybody to use you. You don't want anybody to make you feel guilty. And then you have this other cycle here where you might feel bad for resting. You feel like you always need to be progressing. You feel like you always need to be achieving. You need to be successful. You could have people in your life when you were younger, or your family, telling you like, if you're not doing this, if you don't go to college, if you don't go to school, if you don't do your work, you're going to fail. Like you're not going to be whatever, or you've been disowned by your family because you don't follow a traditional lifestyle, or you want to do what you want to do. And so you might feel like you have this overactive part of yourself that always needs to be striving, always climbing, always achieving, and you don't allow yourself to rest. All right. So these are some things that can be looked at maybe as your own hidden enemy, so to speak. Or maybe you don't quite see people that are hidden enemies because maybe they're mirroring something with your parents. And instead of saying, okay, this is somebody that I don't need around me, you'll try to prove yourself to these people, and you'll actively work harder, or you'll compete with them to prove your point, because you were looking for that validation from childhood. Everything kind of circles back to childhood. But you have protection. So just know that like you don't ever have to be afraid to say something, do something, to be yourself when you know it's coming from your heart. That's what you need. You will be protected from the people who are out to get you, or sometimes you just hold back because you're like, I don't know if I can trust anybody, or like you just aren't sure, because you don't want anybody to hold anything over you. But you're being protected, okay? And even when people react a certain way, that's a good thing. If you're telling people something and they react harshly, and it's something that's really sensitive to you, because this ain't the person for me. If I can't even communicate my feelings, if I can't say things, if you diminish what I find valuable, if you diminish what I feel is important to me and I care about, why would you want to be around that person? That is protection in itself. That person is revealed to you, and it's up to you to be like, oh, well, take it as a good thing. Take it as the universe has my back. I'm glad I seen this person early. I'm glad I seen the way this person communicates with me, the way they reject me, because now I know not to move forward with this energy. It's not personal. They're probably just projecting their own insecurities. None of my business. Projecting their own envy. None of my business. I will simply remove myself instead of saying, well, I'm going to try to prove my point. I'm going to have the last word. I'm going to prove you wrong. No, sometimes it's not even worth doing all that. And that could be something that you've been doing from a young age, proving a point to your family, proving a point to your mom, your dad, whoever. And so you continue to do that, coming from a lack of self-worth fully. And it's showing up in your relationships now. It's showing up in your romantic relationships, friendships, whatever. These people are showing themselves. This is who I am. This is who they are. And instead of taking it personally and being like, oh, something's wrong with me. No, it's usually not something is wrong with you. You know, especially if you're a manifester or manifesting generator in human design, you will tell people things and they will be repulsed. They will be repelled. They will be like, ugh, disgusted. Don't want to deal with that. Why are you doing that? And then you'll feel like you should never tell anybody anything ever again. That's not the mindset, because then you not only push away people who aren't meant for you, you also push away people who are meant for you. You won't be able to discern them unless you speak your truth. You say how you feel. You wait for the reactions. You wait for their responses, generator. When you get a response you don't like, that is your call to action. That is your call to remove yourself. That is your call to distance yourself. That is your call to ask, am I giving this person too much power in my life? Are they too active in my life? Am I putting them on a pedestal where they don't need to be this close to me? Because I can't even express myself. I can't even be myself. I can't even talk the way I want. I can't live my life. I have to make all of these accommodations, all of these compromises that are at a disadvantage to me. And, you know, people can use that against you, compromise. People can use anything against you as far as, oh, well, you're not selfless enough. You're being selfish. But compromise, honestly, is something that two people are pretty much, you can come to a mutual agreement of, okay, this is comfortable for both of us. We want to both feel comfortable. We don't want it to be a power struggle. Compromise easily turns into a power struggle where it's like, you be uncomfortable for me this time, I'll be uncomfortable for you another time. That's not how it should be. And if you're dealing with people that don't want to compromise with you and they don't want to try to figure out a middle ground, it's just an all or nothing thing with most things, that's a cause for concern. That's not a cause to try to prove yourself, right? And you have commitment. So some of you may have some issues with commitment because you've committed before. You got hurt. You're damaged from that commitment, right? And so it's kind of changed the way that you think about commitment in general. It's changed the way that you either, sometimes you can also stay committed to things that are bad for you. Like commitment can be either way. It could be not wanting to commit at all because you don't want anybody to have control over you. It's like maybe you just, and it comes back to self-trust. Nobody can control you without you allowing them to do so and giving them that power to do so. So that is a thing in itself, but also just being committed to the wrong things and not wanting to let go of those things that you are committed to. And that can be a certain mindset. I'm committed to this mindset that this is who I am. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. This is how I see the world. And you're committed to it and you're standing behind your truth. Now, whether that is fruitful to you, that's a different story. But commitment can go either way. So now that we have this knowledge, what do we do with all that? Bring us home, Spirit. I was doing a lot of breaking it down and analyzing. Bring us on home, Spirit. What is the solution for Capricorns with this? What is the solution for Capricorns with this? Guilt. Getting out of that guilt that you feel. A lot of you do have this guilt that you carry from a childhood, forgiveness, where you were guilted, you were shamed into doing things that you did not want to do, to please and to get recognition, to get validation from a parent, a figure in your life that was kind of holding that over you, that responsible over you. Like, you know, you got to take care of the family. You know, you got to take care of your siblings. You know, you got to do this. You know, you got to do that. And that is not something that was meant for you from a young age. You're never supposed to be taking on the role as a caregiver as a child. That's just not right. And for many of you, that is what you had to do. And so in order to get to a place where you're able to get rid of the guilt, some of you have to literally separate yourself from the energies that make you feel guilty, right? If this is your home, where you are, people you're around, roommates, friendships, family, mother, father, sister, brother, romantic, whoever it is, you have house or move, consider moving far, far away from that energy. Nobody should be guilt tripping you. Nobody should be aiding to your guilt. It's like, look at the people in your life and see if there's like patterns. I kind of feel like I've said this before to you guys. See if there's patterns you recognize with people that mimic your parents, mimic people who have hurt you in the past, because oftentimes we will keep reliving those relationships over and over and over, meeting the same people in different bodies. And so look at those similarities, look at those patterns with people that make you feel guilty, that make you feel bad, that make you feel shamed, and you feel like you need to do something to overcompensate, or you need to get rid of that guilt by showing up and showing that you can be a better person. There's nothing in this world, there's no amount of anything in this world you could do to, one, make somebody love you. You cannot love anybody into loving you. There's nothing you can do for somebody that doesn't have the capacity to be there for you, recognize you, projectors. There's nothing. 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 Nothing. Nothing you could ever do. And I will say it till I turn blue in the face. There is nothing that you can ever do to make someone feel something for you that they just can't feel, that they don't want to feel, that they don't know how to feel. They don't know how to see you that way. They don't know how to give that to you. There's nothing you can do. It's not about you. And so when you can understand that, it might make the process of forgiving a little bit easier when you realize it's not a me thing. It's not me. It's you. Okay? So try not to take things too personally with the way that people treat you. And I know it's hard. It's easier said than done, but it's not you in the situation, Capricorn. And I want you to realize that it's not you. It's not you. It's stemming from this place of people knowing your weaknesses, people guilting you, people knowing how to get over on you because you've taken on this role for so long of doing what other people want you to do, or feeling like you need to show yourself, prove yourself. And it's going to end up the same every time. Another sad love story. If you don't separate yourself from these people early on, do not even let it get to the place where you are constantly trying to show this person something, that you can be loving, that you can be open, that you can be committed, because they'll use those things against you. For others of you, you have this business that you want to take to a certain level. Small business, artist, entrepreneurship. You have something you really want to do. And you got to be careful about that too. Like how people respond to you about your business, and like, look at how people respond when you're saying, this is what I like to do. This is my life. This is what I love. If people are like, that's stupid. Why are you doing that? That's not going to bring you money. That's not going to bring you success. Oh, don't even worry about it. Don't even argue with them. Be like, you know what? Stand on that. Stand on that truth then. And you remove yourself from you remove them from your life. Remove access from your life with those people that are telling you you'll never do this, you can't do that. And be careful of falling into that pattern of saying, I'm going to stay and prove to you that I can do it, and I'm going to get that validation however that looks. Be careful, because that can be something that has stemmed from childhood. You trying to prove to your parents, to whoever, that you are successful, that you are accomplished, that you can do these things. Waiting for the day when they realize, you know what? You're right. You can do it. Sometimes you'll never get that. You will never get it. And even if you do, the resentment, the stain is already there, because it's like, why did it take so long? So therefore, it's like you kind of just have to move on and remove yourself from those people, and know it's not a you problem. It is not something you're doing wrong. It is not something you have to fix. It is not something that you can change. There is nothing you can do. Just do yourself. Just be yourself. Any other advice for Capricorn? 5 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, 2 of Cups. You will find validation in other ways. You will. So try not to focus on the people who are not giving you that validation, who you've been yearning to get it from, and start focusing on the people who are already very active in giving you that validation in the ways that you feel very empowered. Okay. and not changing yourself for anybody else and being deceptive, Seven of Swords, and trying to change yourself because you have this fear, or there's this abandonment, or this fear of rejection, and you're playing life too small and you're not doing what you really want to do. That has to fall out the window. Tower card, Eight of Swords. Getting out of your head that mentality that there's anything that you could ever possibly do to make people value you and see your worth, know your worth, that don't even like themselves, can't give you love. How can you expect them to love you? They don't even love themselves. It's a shame. But somebody does love you. Somebody will love you. You have a lot to celebrate here. As soon as you shift your focus off of these people, off of trying to make somebody be something that maybe your parents never were. It got deep. It got deeper than it needed to. I'm sorry. Taurus, Capricorn, Leo energy here. You could have some of those placements in your chart as well. But I see you moving out of this. I see you moving out of it. I see you finding your inner strength, your courage again, getting that oomph back into your life when you realize, I've dealt with you before. You're my mom. You remind me of my dad. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I've been acting like this. That's why I'm trying to prove myself. That's why I'm staying in this relationship. That's why I'm staying in this job. And it clicks. When it clicks, it's over for you. You can move forward. You can be free because you realize this is the issue. This is why I keep ending up with these people in this environment, in these places. It's not me. It's them. Yes, you're taking accountability for the fact that you engaged with them, but maybe you just didn't know. Maybe you don't know what you don't know, right? So you got to be compassionate, but like, it's not a you thing. So that's what you got, Capricorn. It's not a you thing. Remember that. If this reading resonated for you, let me know that in the comments down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe so this channel can thrive. I am at Tarot by Bronx on everything.